What's up? What it is? What it do, cyber world? It is your girl, the one and only ashsaidit. ashsaidit.com. ashsaidit.com, baby babies. Happy Sunday. It is September the 4th. The 4th day of the 9th month of the year. Yes, darlings. Yes, we are into September now. Shout out to all the Virgo. It's Virgo season, is it not? It is Virgo season, darlings. It is. So, shout out to all the Virgos out there. Of course, ashsaidit.com. That is the site right now. Go check out your girl. Get your blog features, all that good stuff. All of that shit. And it's pretty funny that I've never really been asked it until now. And, well, basically people are asking why I didn't jump into the Atlanta market of radio. And the answer would be basically Atlanta didn't want me. That's basically what it comes down to. Okay, so graduate of Columbus State University, Bachelor's of Fine Arts, Communications, internships, experience under my belt. I had about 4 years of production experience under my belt for radio. I had my demo set, I had my resume crisp and clean and all that good stuff. And the whole time that I was there in school, they never had any positions open. Never had any positions open at the station. And at that time, that particular station owned about 13 different formats. And they never had anything open. Every time I would look, there was never anything open. So right before I'm getting ready to graduate, I got my resume all set up and ready to go. I got demos ready, just on deck. And, you know, we about to knock this thing out. We about to knock it out. I actually get a call from the station manager saying that, oh, well, we've got blah, 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 blah available. And I just wasn't into, I'm not a salesperson. I don't do account stuff. So they wanted me to be an account executive. It just really didn't sit well with me. I felt as though I needed a change of pace. I was kind of tired of Columbus, and I was ready to somewhat get back to my roots, but figure out what I was gonna do back in Atlanta. So I turned down the position, and I'm glad that I did, because had I taken it, I would have been miserable. I would have been stuck in Columbus where nothing happens and drive to Atlanta every weekend for events. So I'm okay, and I'm glad that I didn't take it, because it wasn't in my heart, it wasn't in my wheelhouse for me to do it. So I didn't take it. And so I had all of these credentials, I had all this experience, I had this degree. I was like, yes, I'm going to make this happen, this is going to be what it is, and I'm going to jump into the Atlanta market. It's going to be amazing. Alright? Because I know that my skills are sharp. I've got the personality. I've got the demeanor. I've got I just got everything. I got the whole package. Why would they not want me? Well, I guess I hadn't considered that I didn't really have any connections in the Atlanta market. And that was the main issue that I had. And that was the main thing preventing me from jumping into the market, is that I didn't have any connections in Atlanta. All my connections were in Columbus and East Alabama. Columbus, GA, and the East Alabama district, because I had commercials playing in Alabama, I had commercials playing in Georgia, I had commercials playing in Tennessee and Florida. So I had spots that were all over the Southeast. I just had no connections in Atlanta. And so I started, before I even graduated, I started applying for jobs. They had on-air positions, they had board operators. I just started applying. Nothing. Heard nothing. So after I graduated and I moved back home in Atlanta, I started faxing my resume. My mom had a fax machine, so I started faxing my resume, y'all, every single day for about 3, almost 4 months straight. I faxed my resume and heard nothing. Religiously, I would wake up, brush my teeth, get ready for my day, and I'd fax. I'd fax to all the major stations in the Atlanta market. Heard nothing back. Nothing more than email, the phone calls, nada. It's like it never happened. So I'm like, okay, I've got to try a different approach because this ain't working. It ain't working. So I just started calling up and doing some research and calling up the station managers, the production team, every and anybody that I could get to listen to me. I was calling them up. Didn't really get anybody, and then there was that moment of clarity, that moment of defining a me. So I got in contact with Reggie Rouse for B103. It's in Atlanta. It's Atlanta market, and I was just so like thrilled. I was like, oh my gosh, this is Reggie Rouse. This is, he's big cheese. Okay. I got on the phone with Reggie Rouse, and he actually took my call, and I explained to him who I was, and that I'd been faxing my resume, and I hadn't gotten any, response. He was like, yeah, we got it. Please stop faxing it to us. We got it the first dozen times. Yeah, we still get it every day. Please stop faxing it. So I was like, okay, all right, well, that's one check mark. Okay, I perturbed him some. But we're still gonna push forward. I'm still wanting to push forward. I'm gonna make this thing happen. I don't know what it is, how it's gonna be, but I'm gonna make it happen. And I proceed to talk to him about my experience and everything that I've done and everything that I've been through, and how I wanted to jump into the Atlanta market, how I didn't care if it was free volunteer work. I just wanted to get out there and get that experience and experience how the different markets operate, because different markets will operate a lot differently. Columbus operates a lot differently than Atlanta does, obviously, just because it's a different take on the market. So as I proceeded to tell him this, he just basically shut all of that down and said no. And he proceeded to tell me that because I didn't have, basically he told me because I didn't have an in. I didn't have someone to vouch for me. I didn't have a testimonial. I didn't have a referral of someone that knew me and knew what my work ethic was. Because of that, he couldn't offer me the position. He told me no. He told me, I said, I'll just come up there. I just want to volunteer. I just want to learn the market. I want to learn the differences because I've learned so much in Columbus. Not to say that, okay, Columbus and Atlanta are like a day and night, but I know there's going to be a colossal amount of differences. There was a lot of stuff in Columbus that I learned that my production manager there would tell me, look, this is going to be a lot different from any other market because it's pretty much laid back. They got a lot of shortcuts. There were a lot of shortcuts that you can get away with in a small market like Columbus because nobody's really paying it. They're paying attention, but certain things they just let fly because, oh, it's Columbus. Atlanta is a lot more stricter with different things. Just like, okay, spots in Columbus at that time, I don't know if it's different now versus back then, but back then, a 30-second spot, they would let it run for 36 seconds max. In Atlanta, it has to be on that 30-second mark. It has to. So I knew in going into it that there were going to be a lot of differences. There was going to be a lot more stricter. It's going to be a lot more strict of a market and a discipline in dealing with Atlanta. But yeah, so he basically said, I never get his words. He said, you know what? You're coming from a smaller market. You're not going to be able to adapt. And I remember thinking, well, shit, if you give me a chance to adapt, then yeah, do anything that I set my mind to. That's one thing with me, is I will always be able to do anything. I love it when people say that I can't do something, because I turn around and I do it anyway. I go and do it better than they thought that I could do. So, needless to say, I was very discouraged. That got me down for a while. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. It did. It made me sad. It got me down. But I didn't stay defeated. I got in contact with a couple of online radio stations, one of which I actually did a lot of work with for several years. Sorry. Yeah, so I got to still utilize my skills and everything that I learned, but Atlanta didn't give me a chance. Like, none of them. And I tell you, I tried every format, you guys, from urban to country, pop, R&B, gospel, talk, everybody in the Atlanta market, and nobody wanted to give me a shot. Even just as a board operator, I wasn't even looking for like on-air stuff, because I was like, you know what, I don't have the experience. I get that, but let me build my way up. All right, I did board operating in Columbus. I know how to look for levels. I know how to normalize and to listen to feedback. I did it. So it was what it was, but I just want to say thank you to Reggie Rouse for that, because had Reggie Rouse not done that, and had he taken me on as an intern, you guys may not be listening to ashsaidit right now. So Reggie Rouse, I thank you. I appreciate you. Your words were harsh, and they were hard to swallow at the time, but I tip my hat to you, and I thank you for that, because it has definitely helped to mold me into the person that I am today. It's definitely helped to mold me. So, yeah, so that's pretty much what it is. But, I just want to say that to tell you guys, you can live your dream. You can make it a reality. It doesn't have to stop or someone tells you no. Someone tells you no, it means you're only so close to your yes. You're so close to your yes. Just stay diligent in it. Stay diligent. Don't let people talk you out of your dream. There is so much in this world to do, and the gift and the talent that's inside of you, it is your responsibility to bring it to life. Your responsibility. So I say that to you guys, to tell you today, just to encourage you. And like I said, there were a lot of no's. There still are a lot of no's that I'm getting. But you know what? No doesn't stop me. No just motivates me to get to that yes, because I know that it's coming. And I celebrate people that get their yeses before me. Why? Because I know that mine is coming. It's on the way. It's not even a question of if, it's a matter of when. When is it going to happen? How is it going to happen? I have no clue, but I'm ready. I stay ready. All day, every day. I stays ready. So, don't get discouraged. Someone told you no, guess what? Your yes is on the way. But you have to be persistent. You have to believe that your yes is on the way. If you don't believe, then yeah, it's not going to come for you. It's not going to knock you over the head and say, oh, hey, I'm your yes. Here I am. I'm your yes. Yes, yes, yes. It is I. Your yes. No. You've got to be the one. You've got to be the one. You've got to. No one's going to do it for you. No one's going to do it for you. I'm telling you what I know for a fact. Not what I think I know or what sounds good to know and all things like that. I'll tell you what I know for a fact. And what I know for a fact is that people want to bring you down. Why? Because never lived their dream. They never took that leap out on faith. They never took that step without seeing the next step. They never believed in something that they couldn't already see. They couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. They can't do it. They're not doing it. So they don't want to see you live your dream, because that means, whoa, my goodness, they got to stop being lazy and actually do something else with their life. So don't let someone's misinterpretation of their future influence you or take from you. Because at the end of the day, we've all got this life to live. Live it on your terms, not someone else's. People are always going to have something to say. Always. They're never not going to have something to say. I'm telling you what I know for a fact. They're always going to have something to say. Always. Always. Expect it. Welcome it. It's going to be there. Okay? It's going to be there. People are always going to have something to say, an opinion on your life, which they're not living. They're always going to have an opinion on it. Oh, well, I think that you should be doing this because blah, 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 blah. I see this in you. People are always forcing their ideals on me. All right? I kid you not. Since I was little, people would always force their ideals on what they thought that I should be, who they thought I should be, what they thought I should be doing, where I should be in what point of my life. Just over it. Totally over it. Totally over it. So, at the end of the day, you gotta live your life. Don't allow someone to dictate to you what your life should be. You tell them what your life is. You tell them what your life should be. That's it. Point blank, period. Stick a fork in it. Anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you turn and look them in the face and say, don't believe me, just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. Alright? While y'all sitting up there twiddling your thumbs and trying to figure out, oh, who said this, who said that, and who said what. I'm out there making it happen. I'm riding around, I'm getting it. Riding around and getting it. So, you got a choice. You're going to sit up there and be safe, or you're going to step outside of your comfort zone, step outside the box, and make history. The choice is yours. You know, at the end of the day, you can only do what you want to do. If you don't want to do it, then you don't let nobody tell you any one or two things. If you want to do what everyone else is telling you to do, then do that. Just don't complain about it. That's my only thing. Do not complain about it, because you've got a choice. But it's whether or not you want to live with that choice. It's whether or not you can handle being in that arena. It's up to you. It's up to you. So, I love you guys to pieces. I absolutely adore you. I do. And I celebrate you guys today and every single day, every single way. I am so very thankful for each and every one of you, because you've helped to make me an amazing person and an amazing entrepreneur, an amazing motivator, and a role model, which I didn't even know was possible for me to do. But I love you guys for that, because you've continued to help me through your words, through your motivation. It helps. It absolutely helps. So I thank you all. I love you tremendously. I can't even really put it into words how much I love y'all, because it's just like, it's crazy, like, because, you know, that's just the way that it works. It's crazy, like, but I love y'all. Anyone to tell you anything outside of that, you tell them to go fly a kite somewhere, all right? You tell them Ash said it told you to tell them that they need to go about their business. They need to leave you alone. They need to leave you alone. Yes, baby. So, have a great Sunday. I love you guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Deuces, ashsaidit.com. One Love Ash across social media. I'm going to see y'all later. Deuces.